Hello and welcome to episode 17 of our Timberborn Update 6 Folktales playthrough here, cycle 26, day 1. And it is finally time, yes, finally time, friends, to get this mine up and running and start the process of getting bots going as well. Because, of course, regular beavers working in the mines are very injury prone and not very efficient, but bots can do it all day, every day without complaint, so long as we keep them fueled up. So that will be the stretch goal here. See what we can get done today. But just getting the mine operating is a good milestone for us to reach for the time being. And we have other small projects we can do as well. But we're going to go ahead and get right on to it. No time to waste. This is perfectly lined up here to go right into the opening of the mine. I would love, and most of you in the comments also, from what you guys said, would love to have these suspension bridges be part of it, but it is so long of a distance that we would have to have a couple sets of bridges, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get that going in a way that I think is going to look nice. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to use some stairs for the time being. Of course, we're not going to have, beavers walking in the sludge. And we're also going to make sure we don't go down too far so they would have to go in the sludge. But we've got quite a bit of work to get going here. We need to have all these unlocked anyway, these suspension bridges. So I'm going to go ahead and get those 4x1s. This one, of course, right here would be ideal to get around, but it's not going to let us do much of anything here because, well, it's got something right behind it. So what's going to end up happening here is this will just be a little bit of a dynamite fest for a second. And then, of course, we'll get this going here. And then just go straight the way up like so. And into the mine. All of this will take some time to get done. But once this is operating, we can then use the access provided by this pathway to have a more permanent direct route for our bridge. And they can get this whole thing up and running, hopefully, by the end of the episode. We will also need to have a storage over here. This mine, unlike the Iron Teeth version, only has one speed, slow. So we're going to really have to make sure we have this as efficiently operating as possible. It needs gears and treated planks, so that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have a probably a large pile for the treated planks, a medium warehouse for the gears, and then of course we'll have to have something for the scrap metal as well. Both of those things, well, I guess all of those things can go over here. And then if we're going to have bots operating, we're going to have tanks for biofuel and catalyst. And then we're also going to have the refineries to make all that stuff. And then, of course, bot part factories and bot assemblers. All that stuff's a little bit more advanced than we have the infrastructure for right now. And we don't want to rush too quickly into it because that is just going to cause issues. So we'll go ahead and get turbo speed turned on and take a look at how things are going here. I do have these woodwork shops paused currently because we haven't needed the additional treated planks, but we will once the mine is up and running. For the time being, though, we can leave these paused, save our power and resource allocations. We're going to have this smelter probably turned back on before we get too far into things. But again, for right now, the amount of stuff we have is perfectly fine. What we should go ahead and start doing is get refineries up and running. We've learned previously that potatoes are a very, very good component for fuel because 2 potatoes, 2 water gets you 30 fuel. 2 spatterdock and 2 water gets you 25. So we could do either way, but right now we have a ton of extra potatoes, so we wouldn't have to do anything else with farming. So we could just use the potatoes to make the fuel, and that's going to be great. Of course, catalyst is extract in maple syrup, and that has to have its own production, of course. So we can get going on that. I think the way this is currently set up, we have all of this storage for, wow, sheesh. We have all this storage over here for all this. It makes sense to have the refineries kind of where all of this is, and then just take the fuel itself and export it up across here. We'll have to maybe get a little bit more efficient with how we do this stuff, but long term, I think that's going to be smart. And we're also going to have bots pretty much everywhere eventually before we're done with this series, so it makes sense to make it in both areas, but right now, this is where all of the base materials are. We do have this maple syrup tank that probably could and should be a big one, but for right now, it's not really that big of a deal. I'm just looking at how these things are spaced out, and I don't know. I don't know that it's really going to make sense to put the refineries over here, so maybe we just want to have it kind of in the middle of the districts. I don't know. This main district already has 3 vacancies for jobs. That place up there has 7 unemployed beavers, so just from a numbers standpoint, it makes sense to have the production up here. But we don't have the maple syrup up here. We also don't have raw potatoes up here. We have only the grilled ones that are being imported from the other district. So we would have to make sure that we have other storage somewhere else. I think for right now, it just makes sense to start producing stuff down here. And then we can just say, hey, let's force import some beavers. Because right now we don't have a minimum set. They just have been kind of doing whatever. We have 77 beavers in the 2nd district. So if I just bump this up to, say, 60 minimum beavers here in the main Beaverburg district, then all of a sudden, there's only 1 unemployed beaver here, 5 incapacitated, and we have 1 unemployed beaver here. So that's a lot more balanced. We can go ahead and take our science, research our refineries, and we don't have to leave these in this spot right here, but I will just pop them right there, just for the time being, because this space is available. Of course, we have to set this to make biofuel from carrots, and then catalyst. They'll need a tank, which we have the space here to put 2. 1 for the biofuel and 1 for the catalyst. Of course, we'll have to send that out somewhere else eventually, but again, considering we have raw potatoes and we have the maple syrup and we have, well, extract actually does not have, we got a little thing here, but we don't have a huge storage for extract. We will need to go ahead and actually, let's take a look at the, okay, yeah, 1 maple syrup, 1 extract is 3 catalyst, so that actually would make sense for us to have a little bit of extra storage right here, just for those things. So we'll do catalyst, and it never hurts to have more storage for maple syrup anyway, because we haven't really ever had that much. And I know there's more we can gather from these trees, so if this is just nice and easily accessible, then that's going to be nice. Yeah, see, we are looking here, making progress, so that's good to see. I will have to probably have some more storage near these district crossings, just to make this work. Not entirely sure how we're going to go about doing that. Obviously, there's some areas that are going to be better than others for that, but they haven't even started getting this mine thing built, because I believe they're focused on all of the explosives here. Which, you know, explosives are all well and good. No problem with that, but I probably should have prioritized this mine. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just click and drag all this. By click and drag, I mean just click individually, because it's going to take a long time. This is going to take a little bit of time to get built as well. Again, why I wanted to get that started immediately at the start of the episode. Unfortunately, they did not build the stairs first, so we are going to be lagging behind just a touch. Yeah, the biofuel is already getting pretty full, and it's not going to make any more because it makes 30 at a time, and I only have 15 storage space, so this getting finished is going to be good. We also, oh, we don't have water storage over here. Man, we have not been thinking very carefully about all this. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Tell you what we will do. I'm going to use the power of technology. We're just going to build a bunch of mess here. So we'll have to have a water storage for ingredient purposes. Also, you know, just general more water storage purposes will be fine. Yeah, these guys have both stopped now. They can't make anything else. Gear production is now a problem. Let's unpause that gear workshop. We will need to massively step up production of gears because we're going to need a lot more because they're going to be running the mine with those. So since we have two of these, we have two of these, we have two more of these guys. The ratio for Folktails and Iron Teeth are different for gears versus planks. It is every 1 hour you make something like 2/3 of a plank with the Folktails. It's different with the Iron Teeth. And then every 3 hours, well, the gear workshop's the same, but every 3 hours you make 1 gear, which means it takes approximately 2.5, 2 1/3-ish lumber mills to cancel out 1 gear workshop. So in theory, okay, I might have gotten the thing wrong. In my head, I know what's right, but my mouth is not going to agree with me sometimes. So if that's wrong, know that I probably am not going to completely screw this up in practice, but if you listen to what I say and not what I do, you might regret it if you're following along at home. So we'll go ahead and just get this situated. These are the... wait, hold on. I did not think this through because I went this way. I haven't unlocked these other larger overhangs. So maybe I should do the 5xs here. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I just say, you know what, I don't need to worry about this because I'm smart. Well, pride is not something that we should really be focusing too much on here. These 3x1s, I think... No, I need 4x1s. That doesn't need to go there. There we go. Why didn't you just unlock the 5x1? I'm trying to save science to unlock not only the bot part factories and the bot assemblers, but also bot jobs. So right now our science is not the fastest. I don't have extra beavers to expend on observatory activities quite yet. But we probably should, in all honesty, be doing those. We just haven't quite gotten there yet. And of course, this will end up going away when we build other stuff here. Not going to be a problem. Except... Oh, wait. I can build this here. I didn't think it was going to let me do that. That's actually handy. Okay, so that's becoming gears. That is gears. That's good. Good thing to put right there. Progress here is progressing. Cool, we already have 371 biofuel. That's nice to see. All of this is going to take time, like it always does. But that is the way she goes. And it looks like we have most of our everything done here, actually. So I can put in one more of these. And then, of course, right here can become another... Is that a double? Yeah, those are doubles. Then triples. I probably don't need to blow all of this up, but I am I'm just very curious to see this work. Be nice and high volume. Everything. Yeah, they're still not oh no, I guess they are done with this now. Okay, so this is going to need a single, and these are going to need doubles. Remember, this end here, we are blasting out for additional gravity batteries once we get there. Right now, these are adequate, but when we add bot production facilities, that's going to take a lot more power. Okay, that's good to go. This will get stairs, and that'll finally connect all of that mess. Get that prioritized. And they should not be putting this stuff in until they actually have the means to. The rest of this is looking okay. The gears, of course, are still being constantly used because we're building all these tanks here. But We already have a tank that's almost half, or it's a little more than half full in the biofuel. That's a great start. Our raw potato stock is still holding strong at the maximum allowed by our storage quantities. So that's good to see. The sunflower seeds, again, are a process. I don't think we can grow too many of those at this point in time. So we can leave that well enough alone. Yep, they are still getting this done, but we're finally making progress. Slowly. How's our labor divisions going here? We have 5 vacant jobs, 4 incapacitated beavers, so that's going to be a thing. Once bots are up and running, we're not going to have to worry about injured beavers anymore because there will be no beavers working to be injured. But that's going to take a long time. So this is all logs. I'm not going to prompt them to come grab this stuff, but we will eventually need them to come get it. For the time being, everything is looking just fine. This is empty. We're going to get rid of this. So that's a thing. This area here, a couple of you said, hey, you should put some Lidos in, and that would not only provide some recreational opportunities, but also green this whole area up, and I think that's a good idea. We're just not quite there yet. I don't want to spread myself too thin with all this. Wooden stairs next here, and then we're going to need logs. The 350 gears are going to be an issue. I think we should be able to make those in this episode, provided we don't keep building giant tanks everywhere. But that's just the way things go. Like between all of this, there's like 130, 140, 150 gears that are currently out. Ish, and there's going to be more because I have to have another tank here. That was for extract. This is for the maple syrup. It's a process, folks. Just takes time. Yeah, so now these guys are going to be working on this for quite some time. The treated planks, we do only have 146, so we will need to start that production up again before too much time passes, or we're not going to be able to keep up. So we will turn those back on. It says no available workers in district, but we do have the option to slightly deprioritize our hauling post here. I will do one of them, so they can send some beavers somewhere else. The observatory is also deprioritized currently because we have 7,100 science, which should be enough. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and unlock the bot part factory and the assembler so we don't have to worry about it. And then some of our other jobs, of course, are going to have the science for the beavers, the bots unlocked. Like right now, the mine, I cannot unlock for bots yet because it has not been built. I wonder if it'll let me do it here. No, it will not because we haven't made any bots. Okay, so we just have to know we have to save that. I want to say it's at least 1,000, might be 2,000, might be 4,000. I don't know. Science to get for the bots on here. This is going to take a long time, folks. Very, very long time. That's why I wanted it to get started sooner rather than later. I forgot the catalyst was purple. I remember it being a different color before. I don't know why. I just haven't been able to change the idea of what it is in my mind. So the biofuel is currently full. We're going to switch this one over to catalyst production so we can get this filled up. And then once these are done, we're going to pause this because, we don't have bots yet. I just wanted to make sure that these were actually ready to go. And we could build tanks in this district as well once we have the means to do so. And we'll be all set. Just takes time. So this is actually going along quite nicely. The gears cannot come fast enough. Rest assured we will be making more. Again, just takes time. I am curious though, no, they still haven't gotten this yet, but that's fine. We're not quite there yet. Just want to make sure we're doing what we can when we can. Yes, this is only 150 out of 1,200. It's going to take a while. Because the extract and the maple syrup are both things that are a little bit slow to get. So if we can get ahead at all, then we're going to do it. We're going to do our best. We do only have this many maple trees here. And the pine resin is going to be an issue as well, but we do have... No, that's maple syrup. Where's the pine resin? Oh, here it is, 419. This forester we can unpause. Oh, it's bad tide time, is it? We have all this space right here. We should be planting additional trees. We have plenty of chestnuts, so I think we should be planting some additional maple trees, because those guys take 28 days plus 12 days. 40 days to get our first maple syrup. We have all this space already available over here. As long as it's in range of the tapper shack, which it should be. This inventor can go away. This does not need to be here. This inventor can also go away. And then this medium tank for maple syrup probably should also get replaced and move inside of here. But since this is in use, we can have that on the ground. It's not going to be an issue. We just got to come grab that, prioritize that. This chestnut storage, 200 chestnuts only, is probably also going to need to be replaced with a large warehouse, but that can be a little bit further away. Where's my... Okay, well that's okay. This is for pine resin. That, honestly, should probably be replaced too. Big old storages. The only issue is... Actually, no, there is no issue. We have plenty of planks, plenty of wood. Again, I know many of you do not like seeing all this garbage on the ground. I'm here to tell you it does not matter. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Just set this to be pine resin, this to be chestnuts. That'll solve so many problems. It will be A-okay. Nothing to worry about. Just grab these. Oh, they already did grab the gears. They're probably using it to build all of this stuff. So let's actually deprioritize all of these, just in case they want to pull a fast one on me here. Get this taken care of, so on and so forth. Well, the reason I'm getting rid of this before this stuff's built, because if I waited, it's going to be another like cycle and a half, and I need to plant these trees now. So maples go here. Yeah, that's well within range. We're going to need a big quantity of maple trees. So that'll take care of that quite nicely. That's more than double what we currently have. And honestly, we might need more. But I did want to take advantage of this space up here for pines. As long as these guys can plant. Oh, they actually can't. Alright, so I know. Death by 100,000 cuts in the in the forester realm. But, again, we're not going to need to worry about it. This, just rotating 90 degrees, is going to get us the rest of the way there. And this gives them plenty of things to do. So now that this is almost done, all the maple syrup can go back in. And then, yes, I will prioritize the foresters so they can plant all these maple trees. All of this bit will just get moved over. It's going to be fine. We will be okay. Yeah, this is what takes a long time. And yes, we do have a bad tide coming in less than a day. A couple of comments asked me to check the sluice gates again. They are set correctly. Close above contamination 1%. This one is fine. It's just automatically closed. This one's set to close above contamination 1%. This is set permanently open, permanently open, permanently open, and permanently open. Should not have any issues. If we do, then that's going to be annoying. But in theory, everything should be perfectly fine. Should be no chance of us polluting our groundwater here. I am curious, though, why they haven't put these... oh, no, they did. They just haven't finished it yet. All right. We got so much stuff going on right now, folks. It's a process, right? You just gotta let it happen. our builders, I'm sure, want to get that done as well. Okay, good. Maple trees are being planted. This somehow still isn't finished. Which I guess the gears were allocated for other things, but we should be making those soon. Alright, bad tides started. Of course, I always have to be paranoid about this. These are set all correctly. No possible danger whatsoever. And there we go, folks. It is diverting. Looking beautiful. I really would have liked to have this detonated before the bad tide started. It is only 6 days. Not even a slightly large deal. Not even a medium deal. It's a value-sized deal. Yeah, approaching halfway on the treated planks and then somewhere between a third and a fourth on everything else. Not too shabby. How are we doing on capacity here? Just over halfway. Very good. Trees continuing to be planted. These storages, once again, not yet finished. But we're going to be in trouble here because they're going to shift all this rubble so far away that nobody can come pick it up unless these storages get done first. Yes, this is chestnuts, logs, and planks. Chestnuts. All right, let's elevate this large warehouse. I know they have the stuff in this district to do it. Just got to get these guys to get it done. And we are going to use a lot of wood building all this, so it is going to be a thing where we're going to have to maybe pause, not the game, but pause some of our construction for a little bit to try and get caught up. I don't know why they haven't finished this one overhang. This is the last thing that was built here. I do not know why. Oh, no, it's because they're doing the mine. I forgot. See, I figured because this was already in the process of being constructed that they'd take care of it, but I guess I will just have to prioritize all of these things since the mine is doing what the mine is doing. What's all this? Just logs? I guess I've got space. Oh yeah, I got space for log storage. And I know you guys want to see that taken care of. I don't have a whole lot of metal block storage, but we are going to be using them, so you know what? Let's just force them to pick this stuff up off the ground, right? More and more logs. Oh, they still haven't gotten this stuff off the ground, so oh, that's berries. We haven't been eating those because we haven't needed them. That's a good problem to have. You got too many berries on the ground because you can't use them. Yeah, it's just a slow process. Slow process. But this is progressing. All we can do now is wait. So while we're waiting, this is now completely empty. I was going to remove this because here's going to go here now. We can do that. But while we were waiting, they still have tons of stuff to build. But I think we can start on setting this area up to be a little bit more of a park. So if we have a Lido here, or possibly two, depending on how we want to have it set up, we'll just have to think about where that's going to go. This 4x4 here is probably a pretty decent spot. Of course, a Lido is going to have, if I can remember where to click on it, there we go. It's going to have a hang on both sides, so we'll have to have a road going around. And then we might as well go ahead and put in a spot for a water dump. Just have to remember how this is going to sit here. We'll do it on the back side. I think that's going to look a little bit better. And of course, the observatory is going to be moved. This was just a spot to put it. Didn't ever have to be here. But for right now, we're going to leave it alone because we don't have to move it yet. No sense in doing that until we absolutely need to. And now we've got more gear workshops running. So in theory, we've doubled our gear output. So that's progress. Yeah, see, they're making work here. The gears are going to be the biggest problem. Got to make another 250 of those. And currently it's about halfway through the episode time length. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know that they'll be able to make 250 in that time because it is 3 hours to make one gear. We have 4 of these. So every day we can make 12. Would have to be a considerable amount of days, like a full cycle, to get up there. But we're not done building gear workshops. We're just, for right now, more or less at our current limit. Not a big deal, though. How are we doing here? Okay, so now what I can do is I can make the chestnut pickup a priority. They're going to grab all that, put it in storage. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. See, that's already done. They got 100 here, though, so that's going to take a little bit of time. But they're making quick work of it. Diligent workers, these beavers. Oh, I didn't necessarily want that to be prioritized, but I want them to pick up all the stuff off the ground first. It's our log storage. It says 1,200, but this district now has less than 3. 984, 993, 996. Yeah, see, they're getting there. And we'll be able to pause those 2 things, and that'll be looking good. Did we ever finish? No, we did not. Okay. There's all these logs on the ground. Yeah, the beavers very clearly do not care to pick things up. So we shouldn't either. Yeah, there we go. In addition to the science area here, I did say a couple times that we need to build a little hospital. But I'm not exactly sure where that should go. Somewhere over here, most likely, would make sense, because this is the most dangerous district. But the other issue is the herbalist. Cure for contaminated beavers. Again, we shouldn't ever have any contaminated beavers here. It would be a catastrophic accident for a beaver to become contaminated on this playthrough. And now that we've solved most of those problems. But that would have to go in or near our hospital area. I think for right now, though, the amount of beds we have is probably fine. 8 incapacitated beavers. I've got 3 here, and 5 here. So that is more beds than we currently need. I never noticed the beavers had a subtly different coloration, so that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, we're making okay time. Okay progress here. Are these... No, they still have not gotten to these. So I guess this just isn't a big priority to get this situated. Because there is, you know, there's path access to get over here, but I guess they're just busy doing literally anything else. How are we doing? We planted all these. There's planks that go here. I guess this warehouse will get that taken care of. Maple syrup is already getting put in there. 1116 out of 1200. We're almost there, folks. We've almost pre-made a whole bunch of bot juice. Almost. Very, very, very slow process. Of course, these all need gears. These all need gears. They're all only and exclusively waiting on gears. Yeah, that's going to be our problem here. So we can, if we feel so inclined, continue building this structure up. Which, no, not there. In all honesty, we probably should have just left it alone. But I do like it when this stuff ends up looking nice like this. I think that has a lot of charm to it. So we can make this meet up here, and then I'm going to put more of these gear workshops here. We do have a little bit of space here. That is intentional, just because I could use the 4x things. And then just to make this finish out, I can just go ahead and do this. And we can put a couple more of these other either smelters or something else here. We'll figure it out. Not that worried about it. Just want to make sure we can do what we've got to do. This, of course, will come by here. And then this little bridge can go away. And we could even, depending on how we wanted to do this, we could run power underneath from the end across here, or some other way of regulating things. Because we do have these 4-ways. we could just send underneath and then come up on the other side. I did make sure to put those pretty much anywhere that these guys would intersect, because I thought that would be good. And I think we will be in okay shape for it. But the bad tide ended with absolutely no problems. Cycle 27 begins. Yeah, we're making good progress, folks. Are we fully out here? 1200, 1200. Alright, refineries, it's time to go do something else. I will set this back to potato biofuel, but it is going to remain paused. Let's see what these guys are going to get up to here. I know there's other things they've got to take care of, but now... Yeah, see, now we have pine resin storage and chestnut storage. This mess here is all cleaned up. I think we can be pretty happy with that. We've planted additional pine trees and additional maples. Go ahead and pause the forester because this does not need to be here. So we should... Yeah, we're actually completely dead even. We have one incapacitated beaver, but everything works with our 60 beavers down here. No empty beds. Obviously, as older beavers die off and the children are born, this will become unbalanced a little bit, but for right now, this is good. More or less perfect. Relatively. So now we can turn our attention to up here to get everything else taken care of. Water is coming back. The pumping is back where it was. And they still have not put in these dynamites. So I guess I do need to go ahead and give these guys a little bit of a bump in priority, because I want to make sure we can take full advantage of all this space we have for our explosives, so we can have more water and everything will be all peachy clean. Now, in terms of making the bot parts, of course, we have a long way to go. Specifically because we have to have biofuel to make the chassis. That is a different recipe for the Folktails versus the Iron Teeth. But planks-wise, I think our plank production currently is fine. We will need to add more as we go along. But the gears, again, are going to be the biggest hurdle, and we're just not there quite yet to justify starting bot production itself. The catalyst and the biofuel was just to make sure, absolutely sure, that we were already good to go when we had bots. But I think we're going to have to maybe double again our gear production to make this viable, because, again, it goes into the bots, it goes into the mine, and it goes into all the construction of all these buildings, too. And we're just not quite there yet. Also, don't forget, we have to make 2,000 of them for the Earth Recultivator, the capstone piece in this whole playthrough. So that is something we're going to have to keep our eyes on. And of course, these platforms are going to be second fiddle to the mine, so I might as well go ahead and just deprioritize this. They're still going to, keep building it, but I can't wait for them to finish this to do literally anything else. I do think we can get this finished today, but we do need additional gear workshops for that to be a viable thing. Just got to get these guys to focus on here, and we should be okay. Now, this is looking good here. We can just go ahead and pop in this double dynamite, get that prioritized, and then, of course, this becomes a triple. Couple of triples. Blast this whole area out, and then we can continue coming down in other ways here. This is already set up to be probably fine. Just snake this down, reach the rest of this area, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, this whole thing is going to be kind of a mess, but it's going to be worth it when it's done. This is ready to go, so let's go ahead and blow that up. Beautiful. This whole level is good to go, so we'll let that go. Now we should see, yeah, it took that down almost an entire block level with all the additional volume we added there. So that's exciting. Oh, they're not going to finish the job, huh? Well, it all takes time. Already working on this too, which is cool. See, I know, like, when I was doing Iron Teeth, I remembered how many of the lumber mills I had to have for all the gear workshops and everything. And I know it's more for the folktales, so I'm probably going to get caught with my pants down, not having too many lumber mills here. But we will fix that very soon. Just as soon as this connects here, I can take this bridge out, and we can work toward getting everything set, ready to go. Like right here, you see we have these coming across here. Let me click on this. Thank you. All we need to do there is just put in these things underneath, which we should be able to build from up top, I believe. Well, it's not telling me I can't do it, so I think we're okay. Then this can go right into there. Oh, this is so hard to see zoomed all the way in, but I don't know. Yes, I can peel it back. I am aware that this exists. I never end up using it. I just like to look at stuff. I think it's fun. And if we give this an upward power shaft, oh, it's not going to show me because that's going to count. And there is there's a bridge here, but that coming up right here will allow us to just go zoom all the way across. And of course, increase our quantity of lumber mills. I might actually, depending on how we want to have this set up, I might replace these with gear workshops and just have a line of lumber mills. We have all this space here, of course, for other bits going in piles. We could do the deep underground piles, which, in all honesty, if we had the resources, it's gears. It's always gears that are the problem. But if we had the resources, I would go ahead and change those out now. I like the mute button because it means I don't have to sneeze into a microphone and blow out your eardrums. So thank you, mute button. Good invention. But this is ready to go. It's always satisfying. So this right here is going to go where the observatory is. So that will have to move. We have almost 10,000 science, so I'm not worried about it. We'll go ahead and get rid of this. Give them some room to do all of that stuff, and then this will go here. The Lidos, of course, will go here and then here. And that'll serve a nice dual purpose. Very good. And that connects immediately to what we already had access to. This one here could either go this way, or we could have this come down into this area. I don't know that we want to do that. I think we might want to just have this all come across like so. Maybe take a little bit of a side bend here. I want to plant trees and decorations in this area, so it's kind of like a park. And then the observatory, depending on where we want to put our shafts, is going to go in somewhere else. But now that this is here, come in with our power shaft on this side. That'll get that all hooked up. We'll be in a good spot. Have they been continuing to bring stuff over here? Okay, a little bit. A little bit. Everything else just takes time. This piece right here, are they going to go ahead and build this, or do I have to prioritize it? Okay, they're building they're building the stuff underneath, which is good. I did ask them to do that, so that's okay. But this is just one log, so we'll go ahead and prioritize this. That should be just fine. And then once they're finished with that, yeah, see, there we go. Now we're looking good. Now what's our labor stats looking like? Yeah, we're down 8. Down 8 working beavers in terms of filling jobs. We have 4 incapacitated, and we have 12 children. So the population here is probably actually okay. We just had a birth-death wave offset to try and fix. So everything should end up being just fine. Actually, now that this is no longer here, we can take some time to clean up our power shafts and see where we're going to be routing everything. Because this is coming across here. This is now connected, so I can take these suspension bridges out. And then we can take a look and see this is coming out from this corner piece here. So we really don't need this power shaft to be snaking around here anymore, because we're going to have buildings on top of this. And I think we're going to want to streamline this, make it look a little bit better. So this can go away. All of this can go away. We'll get some gears back from this too. the way this is set up. Yeah, so this is just going to be so much better when it doesn't just have stuff laying around everywhere. Easy problems to solve. And that'll be done there. We already have this Lido in place? Very good. Let's get this... Oh, I didn't get the corner piece. Let's get all this garbage cleaned up off the ground. So we know we're going to make good use of it. These all built here. And that is rotating. Good to see. Yeah, now this can go here. And then we just have to have some scaffolding built. Look at all these gears we got. So we know we're going to be able to get that done because we already have enough gears ready to go. I will take this off of the deprioritize. And we're going to be in good shape, folks. We're going to have that mine up and running before you know it. Just got to get the rest of this a little bit better set up. I need to have more beavers too, so we will have to build additional lodges. I was going to try and figure out a nice terracing solution for that, depending on how we wanted to have this laid out. I haven't really fully arrived at a solution for that, because this is a little steeper. I know this backside here is probably set up a little bit better for that. Just got to get it going on. I don't want it to look too stupid. A little bit stupid, maybe. But I don't want it to be too crazy. For now, though, this double lodge here, I think will be fine. Pop that in place. And then see if there's anything else we want to be messing with over here. Somebody said this reminds them of... I mean, I mentioned it, too, in the video where we built this. It reminded me of, like, those old motels. And then I guess some of you don't have the same affinity for that style of building that I do, which is fine. Many of you expressing that you liked this a whole lot more because it feels a little bit more lived in, a little bit more organic, like something that would develop over time versus a super planned. One commenter, this made me laugh. One commenter said this is a very American design to just have this uniformity, congruency between different things. Like, all right, I don't know if that was supposed to be a compliment or a diss, but hey, it is painfully American to build this style of stuff, so that's fine. We're all having some fun with this anyway. But the Lidos are up and running, which is nice. It gives these guys a little bit of a recreational opportunity. This looks so much better with all these power shafts everywhere. And we got full gear storage? Really? Oh, well, they should have no problem getting this mine taken care of then. That'll be good. And yeah, we've managed to make our level of jobs available and beavers available to work more or less equal, just about. And that is good stuff because we are coming up on the end of the episode here. Just a few minutes. I really wanted to make sure this mine was up and running. Obviously, the better solution is to have this whole thing completely taken care of in terms of bridges going across. So let's measure here, do a little bit of math. I want to leave space for paths to go to either side so we could have warehouses and everything accessible. But we're going to need to have one square here for the bridges to start. If I did the 6 bys, this would go here. And then I just have to figure out how far we're going to go, because that's going to go there. This... Oh, it's not going to let me do that, is it? Not going to let me do that. I'm going to have one more thing there. I already know that's going to be a thing. I already know that's going to be a thing, but I want to know if the... Jeez, this thing keeps playing with me. If I can do 6s or if I can do 5s, because I know I'm going to have something right in the middle here. So if we pause this so we don't accidentally build anything, I'm gonna build 5s and the 6s anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and unlock both of them. We have the science for it. But that is a 5. So if I want, I think I'm guessing correctly. I did not guess correctly, but since we're already here, I guess I can go ahead and just, for the sake of horizontal alignment only, I know this is not... Yeah, that wasn't even close, folks. Not even close. This is going to end up being a 6 here. I know it's not going to be perfect, right? But just humor me here, all right? I move this one more over. I know that's not the correct height alignment. That's not what we're worried about right now. I'm just trying to get this to line up horizontally. So that's 2 6s right there. This would be 3. And this, as soon as I get this ready. Oh, yes. Oh, it's glorious. I mean, this sucks. But that is beautiful. It is perfect. Perfect, absolute wonderment right there. Now let's make it actually not suck from a vertical displacement standpoint. And I believe if we can make this match from the bottom, there is a pretty substantial height difference in all of this. So if we instead say, let's make this out of the 2 block high deals here, that will get us, oh, there's a height difference. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I liked this, though. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to we're going to keep it at this height. So I'm going to raise... Yeah, because if I don't, then I have to redo all this math here. And you know how much I love that. We're gonna... no, we're not. No, we're not, because that's not going to work. Oh, jeez. So... we can solve our problems with the power of getting really mad that I did my math wrong. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need to be mad about it. It was so close. It was so close. 'Cause I can't put a staircase here, because then they can't access anything here unless I also put a staircase here, but then this goes away. And that would be stupid, right? To do that way. Okay, so I need you to understand how much this pains me to have to do this way, because this is like the perfect equal distance thing here. See, if I did instead of this right here, I know this is not ideal, but hear me out. Let's do just a single here. Where did I say my 5? Oh, I needed to do... Oh, I promise my brain is working to the degree to keep my body alive, but it's not working the degree to make these videos make any sense. But hey, if you wanted videos that made sense, you'd watch somebody else, right? This is why we're here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right. You know what? We'll just take the L. We'll just do this. This works. And that, that actually still looks good. It still looks good. We don't have to lie to ourselves. It actually does still look good. And I've got space here to put in some storages, actually. Not quite. Not quite, folks. But if we... Ooh, yeah. You know what? You know what? Oh, I feel it now. Let's go. Let's get this thing on the road, because I'm running out of time for this episode to be complete. They're just about finished. They just have to do 75 gears here. They have to build this. And then, whoa, yes, friends. It's going to be a thing of beauty. A thing of absolute gloriousness here. To get all of this in the correct spot. I just have to decide how I want to handle this. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. I just have to figure out... I know I keep pausing it. I know it's got to be super irritating, but I have to know. Oh, that could have been so beautiful if it would have worked. Alright, well, it's fine. We can do the storages later. We just need this actually done so I'm not a liar. These are all going, though, which is great. And so far, the planks haven't been hurting. I don't think. The Lidos are operating, so that's big progress. This was, like I said in the beginning, our original goal for today was to get this up and running, so can't be too upset about that. It is what it is. Just 20 more gears. We're almost there. Almost there. They should have that done lickety-split. Then they can build this bridge, and we can figure out all this other garbage as time goes by. That'll be a next episode problem. We'll get that taken care of for Wednesday. But the mine, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, 98%. Just finish the job, man. Just get it done. Who's gonna come do this now? All right. Who are you? Matt or Danielle Seamster, thank you to the both of you for getting us to 99%. And who all right, who are you? Blob. Thank you, Blob. The mine is now operating. Technically. It doesn't have all its materials yet, but it is possible for it to be working. And we have beavers going in there. So, now we have a massive deficit of vacancies. But we have more baby beavers on the way. We've got more spots to fill up. And we're going to get this thing going, folks. Small steps over a long period of time is the recipe for progress, and that's what we're doing. But look at this. We added all these gear workshops today. The mine is working, and we will soon have this bridge going all the way across this chasm here. I do really like the suspension bridges, and I'm glad a bunch of you agree that this looks cool. We're going to keep this, and of course we'll have to have our storages and get the bot infrastructure up and running maybe next time. Maybe. I just didn't want to start making bots until we had a lot of scrap coming in, because that uses a lot of metal to build the buildings and to build the bots, and we need to be able to at least sustain the making of additional bots. So that is going to be it for today, folks. Lots of good small improvements, a couple things that are really going to help us out in the future, and I really appreciate your support, Beard Boosters, as well. You see all of your names scrolling by once again. I believe now some of the gift memberships from the previous month have begun to run out, but at our peak, I think we had like 927 active names, which is insane. That is an incredible amount of support. I truly could not do this to the degree that I'm currently doing it without all of your support, whether you're on the list or whether you're just in here watching the videos and all that stuff. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you're here. Don't forget, we've got Penguins tomorrow. We're probably wrapping that series up pretty soon, depending on what kind of progress we can make. But we'll be back in this playthrough on Wednesday, and we also have more of the Iron Teeth live streams coming this week as well. As we get toward the end of that one, we're not done yet, but probably no more than maybe 3 or 4 more streams on that before we can build the Earth Repopulator, or whatever their thing is called. This one's called the Cultivator. Yeah, I think theirs is called the Repopulator. I can't obviously look at it right now, but once we build that, that will be the end, quote unquote, of that one. And then the Earth Recultivator, of course, the end, quote unquote, of this. And then we'll see what our next adventure is. But again, just thanks for being here. Hope whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, you have a fun and a safe time. And we will see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.